Hi, everybody. We'll get started promptly. I'm going to go ahead and share a playlist over here. There we go. All right. Also, if y'all have a block or block substitute or a strap, you might want to grab those and have them near you, or like a towel. We're going to be doing cow face at the end of class. So if you know that your fingertips don't like to come together and you like having a strap available, you can get a strap. And we're going to be doing supported fish at the end of class too. So if you have a block or two, or just a really big book or a pillow even to lie down over. And if you don't, that's fine. You can just lie down on the mat and we'll do some leg stretching instead. Okay, so let me get my screen all set up. And it looks like my sound is good. Oh, no, that's not the link to the playlist that we need. So ignore that. I'll give you the right playlist. Okay, share. Copy playlist link. Paste. There we go. There it is. That was the link to this live video, which are already here. So you don't need that again. Okay. So there's the playlist, and I'll tell you when to hit play if you're gonna. Oh, what are you doing? Screen is messing up. If you're gonna play it along with me. Go. There we go. I like to have my Spotify playlist where I can see it, so I can keep up with how long we've been in class. All right. Now I'm going to get our screen set up in a good spot. And y'all can see me. Scoot this back. Arms mostly visible. Let's see if I can raise that a little bit more. Yeah, that should be good. Okay, that means my mat's now got to come back further. Aha. Okay. All right. You would like to listen to the same playlist that I'll be listening to. We will hit play now. Okay. So we're going to start class in seated, or honestly any other position that you feel comfortable in. What we're doing, creating some space in the midsection to breathe. And this whole class is focused on taking care of our neck and shoulders. So we're going to be spending a lot of time in stretches that are meant to open up the neck and shoulders, and not so much time in any pose like down dog or plank, where a lot of weight would be supported in our shoulders. So go ahead and maybe focusing our attention to that part of the body and noticing how we're feeling. Deepening the breath. Maybe feeling the belly expand on the inhales. Exhales, drawing belly button to spine. Shoulders softening. And if we're the type of person who does like to hold tension in the neck and shoulders, maybe we start to actively relax, release, soften the shoulders, soften the neck and the jaw. I created a very nice tension headache for myself yesterday through inadvertently clenching my teeth through most of the day. So that's why this class exists as it is tonight. Just sitting and breathing, separating this space, this time of our yoga practice from the rest of the day. Focusing on the future, dwelling on the past, thinking about to-do lists, worrying. So beginning, looking over the right shoulder, inhaling, looking to the front, and exhaling to the left shoulder, just going back and forth. Flowing with the breath, looking side to side. So maybe noticing our mobility this direction or through this movement, this side to side movement. If it's different from side to side, maybe the chin wants to come all the way over the shoulder on one side and not so much on the other side. Staying with the breath. We'll go one more time this direction. We're changing this to up and down. So in. Feel free to let your eyes close. Let's all pause with the chin tucked down. Maybe bring our hands to the back of the head, applying very gentle pressure. Just pulling down, maybe feeling stretch going in between the shoulder blades. Inhaling to look front. We're bringing our hands to our shoulders and we're drawing circles with our elbows towards the front of the room. Deep inhales and exhales. We're now going to reverse our circles. So circles going backwards. few more times, circling backwards. And then finding stillness, we'll extend our left leg out in front of us. Our right knee in, we can either hug it to the inside of the leg, knee to chest, or we can cross over. We're taking, this is right leg, elbow. We'll either bring it to the outside of the knee or hug knee as we twist open to the right. So twisting at the belly button, thinking about wringing the spine out like a washcloth, all the way from the tailbone through the crown of the head. And maybe even bringing the gaze over right shoulder behind us. We'll keep our extended leg, our toes flexed and pointing up. We'll exhale to unwind, sending right leg out, bringing left leg in, either to the inside of the thigh or crossing over the knee. Then right hand either hugging the knee in or elbow to the outside of the knee as we twist to the left. Right toes pointing up towards the ceiling, wringing the spine out like a washcloth through the belly button and the top of the head. Exhaling to unwind, facing the front. We're going to flip over to all fours. And then sitting back on our heels to rock up to standing. So like I said, we're not going to be spending a lot of time with weight in our shoulders. So we're going to do our warming up of our body in a standing position. So we're taking a wide leg stance. So ankles coming so that they would line up underneath our wrists. Arms pointing up towards the ceiling like our body's a 5-point star. We're exhaling, sitting back into a wide leg squat as we bring our elbows towards the rib cage, knees pointing the direction of our toes, and inhaling to straighten the legs, arms reaching up. Exhaling, dropping into that goddess squat. Inhaling, standing tall. Taking over now at our own pace. We're going to spend the next about 15 minutes in a mostly standing position before making our way back down to the mat for the rest of class. Just getting our muscles nice and warm and open. Receptive to some deeper stretches. This squat can be a little squat. We can start trying to bring the thighs parallel to the floor if we like. We're going to change our movement up. So meeting at the top, as we bend the knees into our squat, we're adding a hip hinge as we draw a big circle with the hands folding forward. So inhaling to straighten, exhaling to fold, sweep arms in a big circle. Moving with the breath. Exhaling as we fold. Inhaling as we reach back high. Feel the stretching in the spine. Feel the core activating, stabilizing that hip hinge. Lower body activating. Now let's alternate if you like. So we'll add in a little goddess squat, then a forward fold. If one feels better than the other, you can stick with that movement. We'll meet at the top of our next movement. And then we're folding forward, releasing the neck, releasing the shoulders. We'll heel toe our feet back underneath us to hip width distance. So allowing gravity to lengthen the back of the neck, crown of the head, like a magnet being drawn straight down in front of the feet. Might have a little bend or a big bend in the knees, depending on how tight our hamstrings are feeling. Turn to face the top of our mats and take a walk there, staying in our forward fold. Standing, hinging at the hips, sweeping the arms out to the side. We're exhaling to sit back into chair, bring palms to our chest. So neutral low back here. Feeling that tailbone lengthen out straight behind us. We don't want too much of a rounding in the tailbone. Tail here, where we've got a big curve in the low back. So finding that neutral, drawing belly button up and in. We'll inhale, coming to standing, straightening the legs, sweeping the arms out. Exhaling, palms to heart. And we're lunging back with our right foot. So sending right leg back into high lunge. Holding and breathing, back leg is straight and strong. We might have a big lunge or a little lunge. Heel lifted of the back foot. Grounding through all four corners of the left foot, so the foot that's forward. We're dropping our back heel now at a 45-degree angle as we find warrior one. So hips are facing forward, both feet to making firm contact with the mat. Still lunging into front knee, back knee is straight. We're interlacing the fingers behind us as we press our palms together and lengthen the knuckles towards the floor, squeezing shoulder blades. If you would like to fold forward, so leaning into our warrior one, lengthening the knuckles out behind us. So again, pressing the palms together, the heels of the palms together, leaning forward in our warrior one. Link through the crown of the head, long sensation in the back of the neck. We'll inhale, come back to neutral, so stacking shoulders over hips again. Unlacing our fingertips. We'll inhale to sweep the arms high, and as we exhale, we're opening up into warrior two to the right side. So stepping our foot back out, right foot facing to the right, left foot facing forward. Arms at shoulder height, shoulders stacking over hips. Knee tracking towards the baby toes. We're flipping our left palm open, inhaling, straightening our front leg and tilting back into reverse triangle. We're dropping the gaze to the right fingers. So right hand resting gently on right leg. Next exhale, we're letting our hands windmill down on either side of our front foot. So we'll pivot on our back toes and then step our right foot to meet the left in forward fold. Relaxing through the neck and the shoulders and the head, maybe taking ragdoll arms. So grabbing hold of the elbows with opposite hands. Can sway or move in any small ways that feel good in our bodies at this moment. Exhaling, releasing the hands back to the mat. Inhaling as we come to standing, hinging at the hips, sweeping arms out to the side. Exhaling, sitting back into chair pose, bringing palms to our heart. We look down, we should be able to see our toes. We can even pick them up and wiggle them. Most of our weight is in the heels. Shoulders are soft. We're inhaling to straighten, sweeping arms high. Exhaling, palms back to heart and lunging with left foot. So left foot steps back. Crescent lunge on the other side. So back leg straight and strong. Bending into our right knee. Right knee stacking over our ankle or tracking somewhere towards the midfoot, just not extending past the toes. We find our knee wants to go past the toes. That's a good inclination that we just need a wider stance. We'll drop the back heel as we set up for warrior one. So toes facing in a 45-degree angle so that both hips face forward. Still lunging into the right knee. Interlacing the fingers behind us, pressing the heels of the palms together. Squeezing shoulder blades and lengthening the knuckles down towards the mat. We like with our next exhale, we can lean into our warrior one, extending the knuckles back behind us, lengthening through the crown of the head, through the back of the neck. Inhaling as we straighten back, shoulders over hips. Exhaling, releasing the fingers. Inhale, arms sweep up towards the ceiling. Exhaling, we're opening to warrior two. Right knee tracking over right baby toe or towards right baby toe. Shoulders stacking over our hips. Arms extending out at shoulder height. Back leg is straight, front leg is bent. We flip our right palm open, inhaling, straightening our front leg, tilting back into reverse triangle, dropping the gaze to left fingertips. Next exhale, we're windmilling our hands down on either side of our front foot. We'll pivot on our back toes and inhale, step our left foot to meet our right in forward fold. With our hands on the mat, our knees bent, as deeply as they need to get our hands there. We're stepping right foot back, lowering onto the knee, stepping left knee back underneath left hip, and then lengthening out on our mats. I'm going to turn so I'm not facing the sunlight streaming directly into my eyes. We're lying flat on our bellies. We're taking our right hand out perpendicular to the body. Scoop back so y'all can see me better. And then bending left foot. We're allowing the left foot to go over right leg. So rolling onto the hip. Left hand can come to the mat in front of the face. So left knee can straighten up towards the ceiling to our comfort level. So moving through a comfortable range of motion in our body. Some twisting sensation in the spine and some opening in the front of our right shoulder. I can stay on this side. If you see me moving, I'm trying to keep an eye on our time so that we spend the equal amount of time on each side. We're inhaling as we roll back to bellies. We'll slide the right hand back underneath the right shoulder. Right, extending left arm out now, perpendicular to the body. Right leg bends, right knee bends, and then rolling onto the left hip. Letting right foot find somewhere to land behind our left side. Sorry for any weird sounds my earbuds may be making. That's where my mic is as I'm rolling from side to side. Inhaling, rolling back to bellies. We're bringing our hands underneath the shoulders, or elbows underneath the shoulders. We're going to cross our left elbow in front of us and bring the right elbow beneath it. And then lining where our arms cross underneath our neck, we're lengthening our hands out to the side so that we can lie down on top of this crisscross that we've made with our arms. So we should feel some deep sensation in our trapezius muscles, the top parts of our shoulders. We're going to be here for a little while. So this is more of a yin style stretch here. If at some point before I signal us to come out, you feel like coming out of it yourself, you certainly may do so. And I could suggest coming into a child's pose or into a puppy stretch, which is a child's pose down dog hybrid. So stretching this way. Or maybe even finding so those neck mobility stretches that we did at the very beginning of class, so side to side and up and down. So we're here for about 3 minutes, and then we're going to crisscross our arms the other direction and stay here for another 3 minutes. If you've chosen to just follow the class without music, I can encourage you to listen to the breath, to your breath, to quietly observe your thoughts. Just noticing maybe things that are coming to mind, certain patterns, practicing being as objective as we can as we notice these things. If you've chosen to play music, whether that's the playlist that I've shared or suggested or your own, okay, close your eyes, listen to whatever song is playing. One more breath here. We're inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, inhaling as we lift our chin off of the arms, bringing elbows back underneath the shoulders. Now bringing right elbow in front of the chest, sliding left elbow behind it, and then lengthening the arms out as we lie over our crisscrossed arms this way. Again, either focusing on breath, noticing thoughts, listening to a pretty song. One more breath here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose. Inhaling as we lift, chin off of the arms, sliding hands underneath the shoulders. We're pressing up to all fours. Bringing knees underneath the hips, wrists underneath our shoulders. We're dropping the crown of our head, the top of our head, in between our hands, at the center of our hands. And then we'll walk our knees a little bit closer in towards the body so that we can grab a hold of our heels. This is called rabbit pose. And so we're creating a sensation in the arms and the shoulders, the back of the neck. That's similar to what we do in bow. So we're pulling into the heels and rounding through the shoulders to feel a stretch in the neck and in the shoulders. One more breath here. We'll inhale through the nose, exhale through the nose. Sitting your hips down over our heels, hands to the floor. We'll come to seated, bringing legs out in front of us. We are tucking our knees into our armpits as we grab a hold of the soles of our feet so that our toes come to the heel of our palm, the base fleshy part of the heel of our palm underneath our thumb. And that same sensation that we just created in rabbit pose, rounding through the shoulders, we'll do again. So rounding through the shoulders as we pull into the feet and then press the knees into the top parts of the arms. One more breath here, inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the nose, inhaling to release, exhaling as we flip back to all fours. We're bringing left hand underneath the face, inhaling right arm up towards the ceiling. We're going to exhale like we're going in to thread the needle, but not going all the way down, but just moving back and forth, inhaling as we reach up, exhaling as we thread underneath the body. Go about 5 times before we'll switch to the other side. So one more time this way. Inhaling to come up, exhaling to replace hands. So right hand comes down where left hand is, left hand reaches up. One more time. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, hands down underneath the shoulders. So bringing our left knee to the center of the body, so stepping it a little bit closer into the right. We're going to bring our right knee in front of it. Taking our legs out so that our heels are close to the width of our mat. So it's almost the same thing that we did in that shoulder stretch, but we're creating with our knees down. This is a cool way to get into cow face pose. So now we'll sit back into that space that we've made if it's comfortable. If this does not, butterfly stretch or fire log pose. And I can see the chat box from where I'm seated. So if you feel like you need my help here for some suggestions, because I can't see you let me know and I'll come to the screen. If you have your strap and would like to add arms here, since this is a neck and shoulder theme class, or if you don't need your strap, you can also just reach arms. So we're gonna add our arms into our cow face stretch. So if we're needing a strap, we take our strap in our right hand, take that right elbow up towards the ceiling, leaving some slack facing down, and then left arm reaches up to grab a hold of the strap. So left elbow is facing down, right elbow is facing up. Heart shining forward. And so if you just want to do an easy seat with just the cow face arms, you can go for that. And not even worry about the lower part. Take one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Finally, fingers, let go of the strap. Walking our hands back out in front of us. So we'll step left knee back underneath left hip, right knee underneath right hip. Right knee comes to center. That's right. And then left knee behind it. And then sitting back. Is that the same way? I don't remember. So we'll cross whichever way we did not before. Oh, yeah, that's backwards. So it's left knee in front, right behind. There we go. And then left elbow up, right elbow down. Holding and breathing. One more breath here. Inhaling. Exhaling. Let it go. We're unraveling. We'll walk it back to all fours. Now, if you have a block or two with you and would like to take supported fish pose with me, we'll do that now. You have a block, even a pillow, a small pillow that will fit in between the shoulder blades. We'll lie over that. And if you don't have anything you can prop up over, just come to lying at butterfly legs here. So reclining bound angle pose. So you can still get some stretch there. So this is opening the front of the shoulders and the chest, perpendicular to the body. And we can bring the soles of the feet together in reclining butterfly. If it feels like your body has had enough of this posture before I signal us to come out of it, feel free to roll to the side, remove your props. and to begin Shavasana early. So this is our last pose before Shavasana. Y'all hear baby and kid noises, I apologize. The rest of the family is in the back of the house. It seems that the closer we get to Shavasana, to where we would want to be quiet, the louder and more restless the kids get. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale. Exhale as we roll to the side and move our props out of the way. And then taking whatever shape we would like to take for Shavasana. I'm even going to turn the lights off in here, at least the overhead lights off, for my own benefit. I would dim the lights where you are if I could and let you just lay down on your mat. So finding where we're comfortable. Deep exhale, letting go of any bit of lingering tension. in our bodies. We are completely supported by our mats, by the floor, by the ground, the earth underneath us. There's no need to hold on to any sort of a feeling that is not relaxation. So no activation in muscles. If we find some places where we are stubborn in our body, letting that go, squeeze, activate, tense up that part of the body the best way that we can, hold, and then release. Feeling the legs heavy, feet falling open naturally, low back melting into the mat like hot wax, soft shoulders, relaxing the neck, parting the teeth, drawing the tongue away from the roof of the mouth, softening our temples, unfurling the brow, feeling our eyeballs sink deeply back into their sockets, enjoying and protecting the space of relaxation, focusing on breath and allowing any distracting thoughts to simply float away with our next exhale. Begin inhaling to wake ourselves back up as we wiggle our fingers and our toes, bringing movement back into the body, rotating our wrists and ankles, and moving in any small ways that feel good to us before stretching long on our mats, pointing our toes towards the front of the room, inhaling arms overhead. Exhales, carry knees to chest one at a time. We'll wrap our arms around the shins or bring hands to the backs of the thighs as we rock side to side or move knees in a big circle, massaging the low backs, even the hips into the mat. And when our backs feel good, let our knees fall to whichever side they want to fall. So roll into a fetal position. We'll take a few deep breaths before pressing up to seated, facing the front when we're ready. One final breath together. We'll inhale, sweep the arms high. Exhale, palms to heart. Thank y'all for practicing with me tonight. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. I'm sorry about the dog barking and doors slamming and children yelling at the end of class. So hopefully that wasn't too distracting for y'all. And I will see y'all in the next class. Y'all have a good evening.